Mile 2 was in my hometown of Detroit. I love to travel the world, but I also love to give back at home. We have a lot of need in our own backyard. And in Detroit, I walked with a woman named Ebony. Now, Ebony fell into homelessness when she was 31 years old. She was a mother. She lost her job, and her boyfriend kicked her out of the house on a cold February evening, and she picked up her 2.5-year-old son and walked to the local homeless shelter. Now, I don't yet have children, but I can imagine that that is a walk that no mother wants to take. What homeless people really need is a job. And there's an incredible nonprofit in Detroit called the Empowerment Plan. They hire single parents out of Detroit homeless shelters, and they teach them to sew. They sew a winter coat that turns into a sleeping bag, which is then given away to the homeless community. Similar to the Tanzania story, right? A nonprofit teaches a woman to have a skill. They use that to earn their own income, but are also helping the community at large. Sort of similar to your jobs every day. You're hired to do something, to earn your own income, but also to help the community. Ebony's story was impressive because when she was hired into the Empowerment Plan, she was living in the shelter. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever attempted to ride the Detroit public transportation system. It is not efficient. She woke up every morning at 5 a.m. to catch a 5:30 bus to ride 2.5 hours, 3 bus transfers to get to work by 8 a.m. She worked from 8 to 5, took the bus 2.5 hours back to pick up her son from daycare, to go sleep in a homeless shelter, to wake up at 5 o'clock the next morning and do it all over again. 2.5 hour commute. I drove to Lansing last night so that I didn't have to drive an hour and a half this morning. I've never had a 2.5 hour commute in my life. 5 hours round trip. You see, the overwhelming thought when people see homeless people is, don't stand there on the street corner, go get a job. We label them as being lazy, but Ebony proves that she is going to hustle for this job. I love to play just a quick snapshot so you can meet Ebony. When she was hired into the Empowerment Plan, Ebony hustled. I mean, she hustled.
And I think I cried for a couple of days, but then I got over it. Got up and went to work.
It's a product that's made to help fight homelessness, but it's created by people that were formerly homeless.
I consider it to be more than just a job. I'm doing something that means something.
It's so backwards that people look down on the homeless when really they're the ones that need the most love. And Ebony proves that just one simple opportunity can change everything.
I think that I have reached my full potential here, and I am ready to show everybody how the Empowerment Plan has empowered me.
Please join me, and please donate. So Ebony's story taught me, don't underestimate people. We underestimate people every day. You probably underestimate the survivors. You underestimate how much they can recover, how strong they really are. For sure, you underestimate their family. Everyone underestimated my mom. You probably underestimate your coworkers and how much they're really capable of. The person that you probably underestimate the most is yourself. I love this quote. It says, people overestimate what they can do in a single day and underestimate what they can do in their whole lives. Isn't that amazing? Read it again. People overestimate what they can do in a single day and underestimate what they can do in their whole lives. It's technically an anonymous quote, but it's debated if Bill Gates said it. And if I said something that profound, I would like credit for it, so I put Bill Gates' name at the bottom. But it's so true. Don't underestimate yourself. You are capable of so much, and you are probably holding back on how much you give to the world.